Hi, I'm Ibrahim Abdulhalim and welcome to ibzPrimeTV. In today's video, we will be learning about one of the subject matter of purposive communication under the general education course. Together with the creation of human life is a creation of a wonderful and dynamic human capacity, the language. Animals are said to be able to communicate with each other. Whales sing, wolves howl, dogs bark, and birds chirp. The sound these creatures produce often reflect the state of their emotions. While it may be true that animals communicate, only human beings are truly capable of producing language. So what exactly language is? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Linguists agree that a language can only be called a language if it has a system of rules, also known as grammar, a sound system or a phonology, and a vocabulary or a lexicon. These are the requirements for identifying a means of communication as a language. A monkey may be able to signal to its partner that it is sharing food. The monkey will produce sounds and gestures, but will not be able to organize the sounds into a meaningful system with rules. What the monkey is producing is not language in the strictest sense of the word. Human beings, on the other hand, are able to communicate their desires to share food through several ways that are understandable to other human beings. They may utter a word, food, raise a question, want some food, or give a statement, I'd like to share this food with you. When people use language, they can understand each other because they belong to the same speech community. They can understand each other because in their speech community, people share the same set of rules in the language system. While growing up, people acquire the languages used by those in the community. This is the process of language acquisition. The languages acquired while growing up are known as mother tongues, which may also be referred to as the first languages. People discovered later on that other languages are needed for various reasons. These other languages may be referred to as second languages. People learn these languages by studying formally in school or informally on their own. This is the process of language learning. Americans and British speak English. However, they spell English words differently. They pronounce words differently. They have different ways of expressing the same concepts. It can be said that the Americans and the British belong to two speech communities which do not have exactly the same set of rules for their languages. This is why there are differences in their languages. So what happens if you, for example, who speaks a mother tongue and English, go to work in China where the residents speak Putonghua or Mandarin and a little bit of English? Will you be able to communicate to the Chinese? The answer is yes. Though it will be a challenge for you and your Chinese friends to try to understand each other, eventually, you will be able to communicate as you slowly learn each other's languages. What is happening here is called language contact. The results of such contact may be a new form of language. It is possible that in your attempt to communicate with each other, you and your Chinese friend will produce a new language form that is understandable to both of you. Your own languages may also change as you constantly interact and communicate with each other. Thus, language change is the result of language contact. Language is indeed a complex human capacity. It is, therefore, important to be aware of its features and behavior to be able to use language more effectively and productively in communicating with others. To sum it up, language is a human capacity that consists of a system of rules, also known as grammar, a language system or a phonology, and a vocabulary or a lexicon. While growing up in a community, people acquire languages used by those in the community. This is the process of language acquisition. The languages acquired while growing up are known as mother tongues, which may also be referred to as the first languages. Other than the first languages, there are other languages that are needed for various reasons. These other languages are referred to as second languages. People learn their second languages in school or on their own. This is the process of language learning. In our interaction with other people, our languages come into contact with their languages, resulting in language change. Language change is a natural behavior of all languages. This time around, let's try to have a